Hi everybody, here we go again in the Embraer E190 tutorial video, part 3. Not sure how far we're going to get, probably into the climb because it's going to be a pretty quick takeoff, everything's set. Not much more to do here, so I think what we're going to do is get Pushback, start the engines and off we go. We want nose right, tail left, taking off 04, which is behind us to the right. Alright, everything's done. FMS is preset, autopilot is set up. We are gonna depart in heading mode and VNav, and then we're gonna switch to LNav as we go. I'm gonna explain that as we go along. We have to kind of do a direct to intercept the waypoint. Okay, now we've got everything set up. GSX should be happy. Let's have a look. Yep, looking good. Connecting. So, what do we need to do to start the engines? Not a lot. We're powered by the APU. Everything is on. The electric pumps are on. The fuel pumps are on. Actually going to leave the oh, just about, I couldn't really hear him then. Release parking brakes. Yeah, the air conditioning panel we're going to leave as it is. It's all automatic, and we're ready to go. Let's have a look. Yep, being pushed back, super duper. So first thing we do is, oh no, it's not the ERJ, they're actually down here. There's little covers over this engine starter switch. Just click at the bottom of them here, that opens the cover. And I believe we start engine 1 here, so just rotate with the mouse to start. The engine powers up, N2 starts. There's nothing else to do. The FADEC will take care of everything. There's no fuel lever here. There's nothing to do. Just listen to that groan of the engine and maintain, check how the engine starts doing. N1 is spooling up very nicely. 18, 19, 20%. Excellent. All good. Good start on 1. Let's rush it a little bit. Roll engine 2 from run to start. N2 is powering up. And 1 should be powering up too. Set parking brakes, I heard that. There we go, fuel's going in. Super. We leave the APU on here like a lot of regional jets, and while we're down here let's do rejected takeoff. Now there are some charts, performance charts based on your weight and flap setting and temperature in the manual. I want to do the videos today, and I haven't had time actually to look through those, but you can see that in the manuals. I'm just gonna fake the V speeds here, which I haven't done yet. Kind of purposely wanted to do that right now. Let's close the covers on the engines. And here we're going to find that in performance, we're going to find that in takeoff, we're going to find that on the next page. Oh, one thing I didn't do is the takeoff link here. So let's have a quick look in active sky. What's going on there? That.
Right is clear.
Left is clear, right is clear. Lock to aircraft. Geneva Airport is showing. Variable at 4 knots. An average of 100 degrees at 4 knots, so let's put that in. 100 at 04. Okay, we go next page. It gives a headwind of 2 knots and a left crosswind of 3. And on the last page, page 3 of 3, we get the takeoff V speeds here. Let's go for V1 of 1, usually about 135, but let's go a little higher, 138. V2 140. Oh, Yeah, 141 and a V2. I don't know. Let's go for 157. I know I'm totally wrong. The VFS is normally around 200 knots. Let's just put 202. A little fantasy. Excellent. Back to flight plan. And we're good. We'll check. I'm going to put flaps. I'll do flaps 2. APU stays on. Everything else is automatically here. You don't have to do anything. Sterile cockpit. Yes. Taxi light. Yes. Let's go logo light, nav light, strobe light, inspection light. No, we don't need inspection and logo in the day. Everything else is automatic. Let's turn the temperature down. I turn those up. Have a look. Let's just have a look on the system page. How hot? How hot are we? Status. Oh no, it was yes. Yeah, it's cooled down already. Good. Close her up. Back to map. Okay, looking good. TCAS. TCAS is here on the radio. We put that here. There, relative, normal, excellent. So, we did the taxi. And very busy here. Hope we haven't got a load of aircraft at the hold. No, 2. Come on, let's beat that Lufthansa. Here we go, we're going to do a crazy taxi here. Awesome on FPS, this aircraft. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, as it says that, it's a few stutters. And just for the sake of this video, I'm going to shortcut across the GA terminal here to GA apron and beat that Embraer there. There we go.
Speed alive.
Yeah, it's going to be long enough this video. That was the co-pilot there. I'm not going to use him for this flight, but we do have him. Shift F5 I think brings him up. Yes. What we could do is flight attendant.
Welcome aboard. Before we depart, let me demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
Kind of cool.
To fasten your seatbelt low and tight against your lap.
Cool little touches. I like that.
Tighten the belt
Helps
by
the immersion.
pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Immersion.
To release your seatbelt, lift the button.
So here we go.
When the seatbelt sign is lit, please be seated and buckle up.
Runway 05, 04 in real life.
Your seatbelt should be fastened at all times when you're seated. The exit door
Speed
in
things
this
up for the
aircraft
sake of the
is
video.
located just behind the
Let's
flight
reach to a hold here
If
for a
an
second.
emergency evacuation becomes necessary, leave all carry-on out
A
of the
little
flight.
check. Approach
If
is
needed,
clear.
oxygen masks will drop from above you.
Gorgeous aircraft. Absolutely gorgeous.
To extend the plastic tubing.
Okay.
Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Put the elastic band over your head
So,
and tighten
we're going to
the
line up.
straps if necessary. Please don't
Trim is set.
tamper with, destroy,
3.3
or
degrees
disable the laboratory
up.
smoke detector. If you have any questions regarding
PC is
safety,
not that
or
bad,
if
is
you'd
it?
like something from the galley
Just
or
the
bar,
autopilot
please ask.
panel.
On behalf of your flight crew, thanks for your attention. It's our pleasure to have you aboard, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Thanks, Maggie. I kind of wish I'd not turned her on yet. Excuse me. Right. Ready to go. Like I say, we're gonna... This here, the autopilot, when we engage it, will stay on track, runway track. It's on takeoff power. All we have to do now is... and our heading is set, by the way, here. Heading is set for our departure. We're gonna engage the autopilot on heading and then intercept the first waypoint, or probably the second waypoint in this case. Yeah, I'm going to intercept the airway at Petrel here after about 12 miles. And we're in FMS here in pink, FMS nav source. And my pilot inside the flight director here is controlling the data. And all we have to do now is push forward. Stabilize both engines, push full forward, and then FADEC will take over.
Thrust checked.
You can see the takeoff to derated thrust is 90.7 N1, and that's exactly what the FADEC is pumping out right now.
80 knots.
Awesome aircraft. awesome. Just looks like crap. What I find, and in real life when I watch these things take off, they need a lot of runway.
V1. Rotating.
Thank you. Smooth as anything. Look at that.
Positive
Nope.
rate.
And all we're doing here is following the flight directives. Pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling
Gear up.
I'm going to trim her up to maintain across the flight director. And Petal now is active in our flight plan. So, but what we're going to do is engage the autopilot, heading mode, VNav. So you can see here, this is very important in this aircraft to keep your eye on the flight mode enunciator here. Green means active, manual control, can we say? And purple means control by the autopilot. Control by the FMS. So what we're doing here now is we're heading for Petal. So what we're going to do now is change to nav, and the aircraft should be following LNAV now. It's active and changed. Here we're on flight level change, and we'll hit at flight level 70. We'll level off. But what we want to do, let's get those flaps up, shall we? This is going to speed up to 240 knots as in the FMC now. Let's stick our cruise level in, which was 170. Just to be sure we're on LNAV now. What you can, if you're not exactly on an intercept heading, what I would do is, and it says in the manual to do this, select the next waypoint. Select it here and then insert it where it already is, and activate. That's actually just doing like a direct to, just to be sure you're actually gonna hit LNAV. But we see it was active and controlled here, and he forgot the auto throttle. Transition altitude. So push for standard. So that's for me a middle mouse button click. And we've got standard here. Looking good, eh? Looking good. After takeoff checklist. You know I don't do checklists, but let's have a go. Flaps up. AP off. Taxi lights off. Smoking signs, we'll leave those on. All good. It's a really easy aircraft to fly. Only difficulty is the autopilot. It's only when you don't understand it. You've got to keep your eye on here. So what we're on now is we're on speed IAS mode, I believe that is. Autopilot engaged, auto throttle engaged, LNAV is engaged, flight level change is engaged, and we'll switch to VNav. So V altitude select when we hit 170. Now you can see the speed is starting to increase now. What does it say at Molus? It says 240. Check reserve fuel. No, thank you. Not interested. So the aircraft now, it's actually going to go to 290 we had in the climb. So this should here, autopilot now should, let's keep our eye on it. As I understood it, that should in the climb go up to 290 knots. Please stop at 290. Well, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. And that, of course, accelerated as we hit 10,000 feet there a little way back. And looking good. So we've got 3,000 feet to go. Zoom out on the ND a little bit. Let's declutter just for a moment. Oh, not the ident. Let's get the airports and nav aids off so we can see what's happening. Oh look, a little return on the T-Cast there. So there's the climb phase. A couple of things to remember. My tip is depart in heading mode. Don't forget the little click spot to put the auto thrust. I put the auto throttle to put that in takeoff mode, so the ATTCS auto thrust works. Heading mode. Click here and you get track TO. When you're established on course and trimmed up, AP on, heading on, auto throttle, I forgot it, VNAV. Then just if you're way off course, if you have to make a turn to intercept your course, 1,000 to go. You have to make a turn to intercept your FMS course. Do it on heading, get on an intercept course. Then engage nav. Look at that. Beautifully slowing down. Beautifully slowing down. How my blur is doing. Oh, awesome. Let's have a look outside. Looking good. No blurries today. Hi. Where's Mont Blanc? Where's that big? Where is she? There she is. Over there. Way. Anyway, let's not get sidelined here. Now, one little thing I found, sometimes levels off 100 feet too early. Let's have a look here. We're still 100 feet to go. Don't know why this flashes here. Now we're a little bit, you see here, a little bit above our profile, but that's okay. We were cleared up to 170. Oh, it's going to level off perfectly here. 170. So we're looking good. Now, as I understand it, this will change to magenta. Oh no, because we've got the height in here. Alright, so when we get to the official top of the climb, that should level off at 170 or go magenta. So all good. Yeah, this is what I meant here. Look, we were programmed 320 in the cruise, and that's going to be close to an overspeed. Now, how do we figure that one out? Performance, cruise, speed command 320. Let's go 310. Manual cruise. 310, perfect. There we go. Just keep away from the barber pole. Don't want the aircraft bleeping at us. All good. There we are. We have a 30-40 mile cruise now. All looking good. So then, end of the video. That's pushback, start, take off, climb to cruise. Very simple, very enjoyable, and the aircraft performed exactly as we expected. Like I say, when something's not right, I heard a couple of people say to me, yeah, it comes up with a message here in the FMC, VNAV disconnect. What that is you've got two different values, as I think. You've got two different values in, not the performance plan, in your initial cruise altitude here is different to your cruise altitude. Why is that 176? Yeah, that's normally the problem. And if the aircraft isn't doing what you want, you've got some wrong speeds in here. You know, just make sure you manually, in the cruise manual and the descent, manually enter the speed that you want, and just check them on the approach here. You'll see what will happen quite often. Zoom in. Is the speed will quite often be too early, too slow. Like if 50 miles out and it's commanding 150, just change that manually to 210 or 220 or whatever you want. Good. Radio, we need that for the next video, planning the arrival. Thanks for watching. I'll just enjoy this 4-minute cruise. Actually, we're not done. Progress. Next. Top of descent. Oh, sorry, back. Top of descent is in 27 miles in 4 minutes. 4-minute cruise, okay. Oh, stop bothering me. Let me enjoy that 4 minutes. Thank you.